St. Kitts and Nevis and Antigua and Barbuda are at the center of a debate at the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, regarding an exception to the free movement of agricultural workers and security guards. Countries forming the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, the CSME, had agreed recently to expand the categories of free movement of persons within the community to include agricultural workers and security guards. But Antigua and Barbuda and St. Kitts and Nevis requested an exemption to these categories. That exemption was granted for 5 years. Question is, will agricultural workers and security guards from Antigua and Barbuda and St. Kitts and Nevis now be allowed to enter other CARICOM countries even while under this exemption? Hear more in this report from Newsroom Guyana.
Free movement has long been a contentious one in the 15-nation Caribbean community, CARICOM. The heads of government have twice agreed to grant countries an opt-out to say that they will not accept certain categories of workers, the latest being Antigua and St. Kitts, who have opted out of a decision to allow the free movement of agriculture workers and security guards. The two countries were granted a 5-year waiver. Now, CARICOM wants to know if its decisions to grant opt-outs is legal under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, the legal instrument which governs how CARICOM functions. It has asked the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, to decide. A contentious question that the CCJ has also been asked to decide on is whether the countries which are granted an opt-out automatically deny the citizens of their countries the right to move and work and benefit from the very decisions. In arguments before the CCJ on Tuesday, Dr. Vanessa Moe, the Crown Solicitor at the island's Minister of Legal Affairs, said that Antigua, a less developed state within CARICOM, requested an opt-out because of socio-economic reasons, and she went further in stating that Antigua did not expect to have its nationals who are agri-workers and security guards to have the right, therefore, to travel and work freely in other member states.
A member state who opts out from a decision cannot reasonably expect its national to receive the benefits from another member state in respect of the decision that it had opted out from.
So the official position of Antigua and Barbuda is that they are content for the 5 years not to receive agricultural workers and security guards, nor to have any of their nationals seek employment as agricultural workers and laborers, or have a right to seek that employment in other states.
That's indeed the position, Your Honor.
However, while Antigua seemed to have decided that since it will not accept agriculture workers and security guards, these categories of workers in its own country will not have the right to travel freely and work, other arguments for today strongly disagreed. Grenada argued that while Antigua and St. Kitts have opted out, it did not mean that other states should not accept their agriculture workers and security guards, unless the other states also seek an opt-out.
If the conference simply says you're permitted to opt out for a period of 5 years, what does that import?
That imports that the member state that has opted out is not subject to the obligations that the decision created.
So then that member state that has opted out, their nationals have a right to go to other states, is that it?
Yes.
I see. So it's a non-reciprocal basis. That's the default position.
I would think that's the default position, because the other member states have not opted out of that particular obligation.
St. Kitts agreed and argued that while it opted out of the decision to accept agriculture workers and security guards, it does not mean that its agriculture workers and security guards should be denied the right to work in other CARICOM states.
Looking at that, it has to be clear what you are opting out of. It must be very clear what you're opting out of. And from what we have seen, what I have seen, there is no indication of an opting out where any state has said, come on record as saying, we have opted out, and we therefore believe that our nationals should not be able to benefit. So in my respectful opinion, it has to be very clear what a state is opting out from. If all that is stated is, look, we do not want to welcome these nationals at this specific time, we cannot make the leap to say from that statement that a state is also saying, my nationals cannot go.
The University of the West Indies, Cave Hill campus, was given the role of amicus curiae, or friend of the court, and also agreed that the opt-out provision is not reciprocal.
As we are coming closer and closer together, and each conference decision or decision of other community organ builds and strengthens CARICOM obligations, if we allow those obligations to be filtered through all sorts of reciprocal, I will not give you this, I will not give you that, that what happens is the strength of unity becomes eroded in a whole variety of obligations.
The hearings will continue before the CCJ on Wednesday. It was last December that CARICOM agreed that agriculture workers and security guards should be facilitated with free movement administratively by December 2019 and implemented legislatively by July next year. For the newsroom, Neil Marks reporting.